Hello fellers. I think, despite all the limits it has, there's one thing GTA 4 does certainly better than its successor, and it's narrating an interesting and meaningful story. I don't particularly hate GTA 5's story, it's just a little too bullshitty for my taste, but it's also true that the fifth chapter of this series has an entirely different mood and atmosphere, especially compared to Nico Bellic's adventure. Anyway, getting back to that, what I appreciated the most playing GTA 4 is how well its cast of characters is presented. Most of them are memorable, whether they are antagonists or friends, and whether they have much screen time or not. There are characters, like Faustin's wife, that tell you a lot about the world GTA 4 is criticizing, even if appearing for a bunch of minutes. And you might think her scene is my favorite, but actually I'm thinking of another one. As always, this is my personal opinion, tell me what's your favorite below. This moment happens relatively late into the game. Nico has already met most of the heads of the criminal underworld of Liberty City. He's still there to complete his revenge mission, but he also has other things to think about. Struggling to reach the so long desired American dream, Nico finds himself trapped in the same web of human cruelty, disloyalty, and greed he faced in Europe. I don't think at this point he already started questioning how to end this life of crime. Everything he thinks about is making money, working, so to say, as he's used to doing, and getting the traitor in his hands.
Nico, be calm! Be calm!
Fuck! Calm! Florian! Oddesam zbog tebe, Drkađior! Otvori! Florian!
So the first meeting with Florian arrives at the end of a big climax, when even the player is looking forward to meeting and possibly destroying the man that ruined Nico's life, and we get to this.
Florian, jesi to ti? Nico?
So the first nice thing about this is the surprise factor. We would never expect for a man that fought alongside Nico in the war to look and behave like this. And, in fact, there are some moments underlined by the actor who portrayed Bernie. When Florian comes out again, the voice gets deeper and more serious.
That's why you're here! You've come to kill me! Well, screw you, Nico Bellic and Fatty Roman! It wasn't me, wasn't! I wouldn't do that!
So after that we have a little comic moment where we can see Nico having a mental breakdown while Bernie and Roman are casually talking about politics.
You're still kind of cute.
Gee, thanks.
What are you doing here? Well, I'm a lifestyle coach, and I teach an aerobics class, and I'm in love.
Bryce Dawkins? But he's so into family values.
Oh, that's just politics. Where is Darko?
Dead, I hope!
But this just immediately shows how Florian doesn't give a fuck about what happened back then. Obviously this doesn't mean he forgot it, but he simply moved on. He didn't let the pain poison him like Nico did. And they went through the exact same thing. That's the big important and clever point this scene makes. Nico is surely a tormented and unlucky person. He definitively went through a lot of sorrow and horror, but the game reminds us that this is not an excuse to behave the way he does. This is something we should always remember, especially when playing games like GTA or Red Dead Redemption. As much as your life can get miserable, you are never justified for being an asshole and a terrible person. What you do matters and has an impact on others, too, even if you stupidly think it won't. And guess what happened to Nico? Or more correctly, because of Nico. Bernie Crane, in my opinion, is one of the few truly good examples in this entire series. Despite the terrible things he was forced to do, and despite the hate he probably received in his country because of his sexual orientation, and despite the hate he continued to receive even in America, because, and GTA 4 is very good at reminding us about this, hate exists everywhere, and the USA aren't that perfect country depicted in movies. No country is like that. But as I was saying, given all the shit life has thrown him, Bernie managed to be himself nevertheless, and to have a happy and compelling life in a country that at least gave him the possibility to be free, unlike the one he was born. His relationship with Nico is similar to Roman's. They knew each other since they were little, and now they meet again after years of silence. Bernie's addition is that he experienced the same war Nico did. Not that Roman didn't suffer for that. He lost his mother in the war, but obviously Bernie is the only one who truly knows how it felt. Roman, although not being wealthy, learned to like his new life and felt really desperate when Raskolov burnt everything he built during those years in Liberty City. He keeps encouraging Nico and trying to put him on the right way. However, it's with Bernie that we have the confirmation that it is possible to live in America and live freely and happily, but Nico is just attached to a past he simply can't leave behind, and he uses it as a way to wallow in his misery. Luckily there's Bernie who brings him down to earth again.
I'm so excited!
What are we doing here?
We're going to have fun!
Fun.
Yes! It's a 4-letter word, I know, but we can still try.
Look, more people want me dead than alive. I'm working for the mafia. The police and the government agency are both on my case. I kill and steal to scrape together a living so that my cousin can fritter it away online and pay off debts. And all the while, people are trying to kill us. What is fun?
Honey, you are stressed.
Goodbye, Florian.
And Roman, who is always supportive despite everything. This scene shows us that, if you surround yourself with at least decent people, and you're brave and determined enough to change an environment and abandon a past that brought nothing but misery to you, you might be surprised by how much your life could improve.